welcome to another week of Outside the Ropes. I am the host of Outside the Ropes as always, Matthew Muir. Welcome you to the studio. And I am joined in the studio this week by my co-host. He is back. He wasn't here last week, but he was, the last time I actually seen him here was at the Royal Rumble pre-show. Tony, you're back. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Glad to be back.
Okay. Now, I know you were a bit busy last Wednesday and you couldn't make it. Well, not to say you were busy. You were snowed in, as I said last week, because of the blizzard here.
Yes, I was. It was terrible.
Did you almost crash a car?
No, I was going to do what Dean Ambrose done and walk, but you know.
Like you did to the headquarters?
Yeah, but it was quite cold. I walked outside, but no. Can't.
Okay. But you're here anyway. The snow has finally disappeared in most parts of the country. I think there's still a bit of snow somewhere, but I don't know exactly where. But still cold though.
It is absolutely freezing.
I'm glad I'm not in the States and getting caught in the blizzard. It's happening over there and especially in Canada as well. But anyway, welcome to the studio for another week of Outside the Ropes. Big thank you to everybody who listened to last week's show. Thank you very much for your tweets and your emails. As you can contact us in the studio every week. You know how to do that on Twitter at Outside the Rope, on our email account outsidetheropes@yahoo.co or outsidetheropes@yahoo.com. Sorry. So thank you for some of your messages. We'll try and get through a couple of them tonight if we can. Tony, it's been a funny old week in wrestling, hasn't it?
It has. It's been all right.
Some surprises.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
We're going to talk about this past week's WWE news. TNA done some tapings this past week in the UK.
Can they afford TV cameras?
Some surprises in TNA. Also, we had an interesting show this past Sunday night from Belfast with Pro Wrestling Ulster, and we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, I was shocked to hear what happened, but yeah, it was great.
Great to hear. Wrestling.ie are back on the road as well this past week as well, so we'll talk about that as well. Some more interesting news regarding Goldberg. We'll get some news from him this week. DDP news as well. We're going to talk about WrestleMania coming up as well. Some twists and turns. Looks like WWE's going to be doing it as well. Some more stuff. And of course, we're bringing back this week, we haven't had for a couple of weeks, our Jackass of the Week segment. And I know you...
Is Catherine here?
So,
is Catherine here?
Yeah, she's here. She's in the production.
Oh, right.
Area of the studio, yeah. I know you were very... what were we looking for? You're very forceful this week regarding Jackass because you really wanted it to be the person who you suggested.
Yes, I do.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, before we get into it, I want to give a wee shout out to our friends and partners of Outside the Ropes as always. Guys, you know this. You know the website now. You're bound to know by now because I mention it every single week. I don't know why Tony's been on it recently, but I have, as always. For historians of wrestling, Wrestling's Past is the future. The place to go. Sorry, the future. I need to retake that again.
Yep.
Wrestling's Past is the location. So if you want to go back and check old archive stories and pictures and maybe some stories you've never heard of and much more, Wrestling's Past is the place to go. Go to their website, wrestlingpast.blogspot.co.uk, and also on their Twitter at Wrestling's Past. Have you been on Wrestling's Past recently?
No, I haven't.
You got yourself you finally decided to get yourself a new smartphone, and you haven't been online with it yet. What the hell are you doing?
I'm going to go on it now. Leave me alone.
Okay, we talked about this a lot of months ago. Tony lives in the Stone Ages. He's not on social media. He hasn't got he didn't have a smartphone, but he finally decided one day to get up and go out and buy a smartphone. He now has a Windows smartphone. Yes, a Windows smartphone for all you Windows users out there. And ever since he got the phone, it's basically like a new baby to him. And for someone who said he couldn't work a smartphone, is currently sitting here beside me in front of his mic playing with a smartphone.
Yeah, why not? I'm learning. I'm getting there.
Okay. So anyway, let's get into this week's news. Tony.
Yes.
WWE news we'll start off with. We didn't have Raw last week because of the blizzard. We had the show from the headquarters, which was quite an interesting show. Now I know you weren't on the show last week to talk about it, and I know you watched the show from the headquarters. My favourite part of all of the night had to be the Dean Ambrose part.
Yeah, it was quite funny.
where he turned up and said he had to hitchhike and had a fight in the garage and all to get there. But anyway, there was no Raw because of the blizzard, of course. But this week we did have Raw. We had SmackDown this past week, which we had a casket match. You're too busy playing with your smartphone. Put your damn phone down and pay attention.
Here, on this day in 2004, Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty won the tag team titles.
What are you on? You know, he's actually on Wrestling's Past. At Wrestling's Past on Twitter. Anyway, Raw this week. It was coming up with this big announcement. What did you make of the big announcement?
I thought it was crap, to be fair. It was...
Now, can I just say something? I was in control of the show's Twitter account this past Monday night, and I sent out a couple of tweets from my personal opinion saying the reason why Daniel Bryan is being brought back into the picture is because of all the people complaining, the keyboard warriors and all the little kiddies who, I'm going to say I don't care, all the kiddies who pissed their pants when Daniel Bryan got eliminated earlier in the Rumble. And I got some nasty tweets from people, especially one guy in particular, saying, you know, oh, you're an embarrassment for what you've said. How long have you been watching wrestling? Well, can I just answer my critic? Can I do this here on the air?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, why not? I'm going to answer the critics here. I've been watching wrestling since 1986. And I had some guy who, I would say is probably about 16 or 17 years of age, send me a private mail on Twitter, slobbering at me, telling me that I didn't know nothing about wrestling. Now, fair enough. Yes, I may not be the walking encyclopedia of wrestling, but let me tell you something, I know quite a bit. And for this guy to turn around and say to me, because I was just telling the truth, that WWE were trying to cover their tracks because Daniel Bryan got eliminated in the Rumble, and because they got so much hate from the fans, and that was just my opinion. And this guy was to turn around and give me a hard time over because I was just giving my opinion. Who does this guy think he is? I'm sorry for going off on a rant, but that guy really, really pissed me off.
Yeah, well, you kind of did make a good point, though. You know, it is the only reason why Daniel Bryan's in the picture is because of all them everyone's moaning.
Well, they're putting a match now at Fastlane where it's going to be Daniel Bryan against Roman Reigns. Do you agree that the reason why they put him in that match is to shut the fans up and get them off their back?
Yeah, it is, yeah. And I don't think it's fair on Roman Reigns, which has been there all year. You know, busting his ass to get to the world title. And even last year at the Royal Rumble, whenever he got eliminated and Batista won, the fans booed Batista out of the building, wanting Roman Reigns to win. So WWE's went, okay, right, we'll let him win the Rumble this year, and then they boo him because
it's because Daniel Bryan is so hot with the fans and he's so over with the fans. I understand that.
Matt Hardy made a good point though. I watched the thing with Matt Hardy and he said, why bring Daniel Bryan back to the Royal Rumble and put him in the Royal Rumble match, you know, and take all that, you know, fame away from Roman Reigns, take all the, you know, spotlight off of Roman Reigns, basically.
Fair point. I mean, yes, years ago Triple H came back to the Royal Rumble after being injured, and he won.
Yeah,
that's fair enough. But it was a different time and a different era.
Yeah,
people on Twitter went mad. They had people at the building going crazy, people outside the building going crazy. We've seen all the pictures, we've seen all the YouTube videos, we've seen it all. But the fact that I was just getting the point across by saying that all these people on Twitter and social media were giving the WWE guys a hard time, and all the little keyboard warriors saying, hashtag cancel WWE Network and all that BS. You know, and because I give my opinion, this guy, and along with a couple of other people, actually came to my own personal Twitter and gave me a hard time. Like, guys, I'm the one of the easiest guys to talk to about wrestling. But when you start tweeting me with nasty messages and telling me basically to go to hell and all this here, there's a little button on Twitter called block, and it can quite easily be pushed, which it did happen, you know what I mean? But they turn around and say, oh, you're an embarrassment and you're a joke, but fair enough, you've got your own opinion, happy days, bring it on, but you know, at the end of the day, it was just my opinion of what was going on, and I think that the WWE have done that to try and take the pressure off Roman Reigns and try and keep the fans from booing him, which is understandable, and they're going to give the match, which I think is going to be a great match, Roman Reigns and him at the next pay-per-view. But, you know, if you don't like what we tweet or whatever, you know, as the old saying goes, you don't like it, as Ron Simmons says in the Attitude Era DVD, you don't like what you see, change the channel.
Yeah, that's quite true, you know, but I don't see the point. And then, you know, they should have left Daniel Bryan sitting on the sidelines until after the Royal Rumble.
You really think so?
Yep.
Fair enough, Brown put him in the Rumble and stuff like that. But people were just taking it out of proportion. Yes, the guy was eliminated early, fair enough, and people were pissed off and all, but and everybody pays their ticket money, they can boo and cheer whoever they want and all. That's understandable, but people being really nasty about it and going on social media, and I don't know, there's a lot of jackasses out there who will tweet and say whatever they want. We listen to it every week on our show. We get nasty emails every week and all too, but it's all part of the game. But to personally start saying to you that go to hell and your family and mailing you really nasty tweets and stuff like that, and then saying that you're an embarrassment and you shouldn't have been born and all that crap. Guys, if you have anything else better to do, just as I said to you a minute ago, if you don't like the channel, change it. But anyway, enough of that. Enough of me ranting. I'm sorry for ranting. I do apologise, but I had to get that off my chest because it really pissed me off. I'm really sorry, guys, for people who our loyal listeners are. I do apologize. I know I shouldn't be ranting on the air, but it's just that tweet. But anyway, moving back to Raw. I'm gonna get my balls busted for this, you know that?
Yep.
I don't care.
You're getting a bit bored.
So yes, they had the match on Raw with Rollins against Bryan, which I thought was a great match. What a spear from Roman Reigns to the Big Show.
That was
broke that big SOB in half.
That was good.
But you were actually laughing more at the way the Big Show tried to run to him.
Yeah, he can't run anymore. He needs to stop trying to run. It's just an embarrassment on TV. He'll probably go home now and watch that and realise that it's just an embarrassment.
It was quite funny. Any other parts from Raw this week stand out for you? I think the Damien Mizdow thing, Mizdow's going to turn. You can see it. He's been fired as the stunt double, which I think is a little crap because I thought it was entertaining. But obviously yourself, it was going to come to an end eventually. I think it's going to happen. And maybe get a match of Fastlane, or maybe hang back to WrestleMania with them too. But you can see it that Sandow is going to turn. He is over with the fans. I
would love to see him and Miz at WrestleMania. Have a match at WrestleMania because it sort of gives them two a match for WrestleMania, and it'd be good to see.
Because it puzzle puts Mizdow over Sandow, if you want to call him.
Yep, it does, yeah. And he is over with the crowd at the minute, so, the crowd's going to go mad whenever he turns.
Oh, of course they are. I hope it's in Chicago. Or somewhere big, like New York or something like that. Because it'd be quite good actually to hear that and see that. Hear the crowd's reaction, that'd be brilliant. I think as well as we on Raw, what about Ruse's flag not dropping properly? And he recuperated himself by waving his own flag.
Yeah, that was quite funny. Well, he actually worked it quite well, and the commentator's done a good job as well, saying, that's bad luck and all, and I wonder if Cena had anything to do with it and all. So they sort of covered for it, but it was funny.
It was quite funny. Is there a breakup coming soon with Stardust and Goldust, dissension in ranks between the Rhodes brothers?
Hopefully, I want to see Cody Rhodes turn back to being Cody Rhodes.
But he did tell his brother, "Don't call me Cody."
But it's quite freaky. I don't want to see two guys in latex roll around a ring together.
Rubbing each other. And
yeah, it's not going to be a
breathing heavy.
Yeah, especially two brothers. That's just it's PG. You can't do that.
Protect Goldust. Anyway, excuse me, Mum was choking. No pun intended. Sorry. I'm choking on the air here. Where was I? Yes. So Raw this week as well. How do you rate Raw this week?
It was alright. Wasn't the best I've seen, but it was okay.
Mm-hmm. Now coming away from Raw, straight after Raw this past Monday night, we had the highly anticipated we waited for the highly anticipated second version on the WWE Network of the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast. Now I know you haven't seen it yet, but I did tell you bits and pieces of what happened in it. Some of the comments that have been coming out of it has been interesting. Some of the questions that Steve asked Paul, I'm going to call him Paul, was interesting. Regarding, first of all, China. He asked would China ever be in the Hall of Fame, and his response was quite interesting. China then trended all worldwide on Twitter. Herself, also, she put a couple of comments out as well, thanking the fans for obviously making her trend. And she did mention that she's contacted WWE a couple of times about going back. But Triple H, in a way, put it across in two ways. Number one, he said, for her career, no doubt about it, Hall of Famer.
Yep.
First woman to ever sort of take the women's wrestling side of it to that level.
First woman to win the Intercontinental title.
Yeah. And for that, that's true. And for the second reason for a no-no is because of an 8-year-old child, like, because it's obviously PG and all that, or in this generation now is, if an 8-year-old child goes, oh, China's got into the Hall of Fame, let's Google and see who about China. And you Google China's name, WWF or WWE, and the first thing pops up is stuff that's not suitable for children. So he has got that point as well.
Yes, and I'll agree with that point. You know, it's for a career, yes, she should be. Of course, she should be, but she's just made a lot of bad decisions.
I would say so. Obviously, with her career in the adult movie business,
Yes.
and also other stuff that she has done. Do you think that would be the reason why she doesn't go into the Hall of Fame?
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
but think about it. And I'm not being picky or choosy here, but think about this, right? She's done a couple of segments, adult material, with X-Pac.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people don't know this, but guys, I mean, yes, I was shown one time by a friend on a mobile phone, and I went, I don't even want to watch that. But, yeah, he was part of that stuff with China one time. And X-Pac's back in WWE. Do you think
But-
do you think...
But if you Google X-Pac, that isn't the first thing you're going to get.
Well, that is true. But
You have to actually search for it.
People will know, well, obviously read back on her saying that she dated X-Pac and blah, 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 and then obviously things like that will pop up. But, you know, is it down, do you think it's down to the whole thing because he left Johnny for Stephanie maybe as well?
I don't know. I really don't
Do you
know.
think he's maybe covering his tracks?
Yeah.
I don't know, but, you know, going away from that as well, I mean, he was asked who he'd love to have a match with, his dream opponent was, and they talked about it was more all about the business. You know, they did say they would like to do it again next time and tell some road stories and stuff like that. Then they were talking about, you know, the business today and stuff. I mean, I thought it was actually quite a good watch, and they've done the same thing they've done with Vince McMahon. They're about to cut it off, and Triple H went, I don't think so. Keep us rolling for an hour 5 or 10 minutes, which was good to see. But it'll be interesting to see it to go back again. I enjoyed it. I know you're down to see it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so I am looking forward to seeing it.
It is a good watch. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, the Stone Cold podcast, guys, if you haven't watched it, it's available on WWE Network, which is available now for the monthly low price of
£9.99
Or
$9.99,
or
€9.99. Why much?
€12.
Is it actually?
It's €12.
That's ridiculous.
Dear. I subscribe to the United States network, so I'm happy enough. I
I
get
only pay £6.20.
80.
Okay, £6.
Out. Moving away from the Stone Cold podcast, don't forget to check that out. This past Sunday night, guys. Now, for people who are listening to us around the world, he's looking at a really strange picture. Put that smartphone away.
That's Andre the Giant at age 19.
I know. What are you on? Wrestling's Past again?
Yes, it's
Oh,
class.
you're right enough, yeah.
Yes, it's
He's on
class.
Wrestling's Past. Unbelievable. He actually is sitting here. I'm not trying to give Wrestling's Past an hour plug, but you know I like doing that, of course. But he's just sitting here flicking through Wrestling's Past, and
Getting all these random pictures.
unreal, guys. At Wrestling's Past on Twitter. And where was I? Yes, for people who listen to us around the world, big hello wherever it is you're listening to us. Do you know we had tweets last week from Poland and Germany and stuff?
Really?
Yeah, I had to read them out last week. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah, awesome. Also Turkey and Italy and things like that. So we're listening to it on a different level from apart from here in the UK and stuff. But yes, guys, our good friends at Pro Wrestling Ulster this past Sunday night had a big event up at the Europa Hotel in Belfast where they had former WWF, whatever you want to call it, superstar and TNA bootcamp trainer and performer Al Snow. Tony, he was in the main event against Tucker, and surprisingly enough, now we didn't get a chance to attend the show. I was working last Sunday. You were, I don't know where you were last Sunday, but I couldn't get to the show. But they sent a wee good luck tweet and all to them and stuff, and hope the show went well. But surprise and surprise, Al Snow is the new PW champion.
That is a smart move for PW. I have to say.
Awesome.
That is, it's unbelievable. That's great.
Great booking.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now he can take that title to wherever he goes.
But the question is, will he?
Of course he will. Why wouldn't he?
I think he should.
And then if he takes that to the other independent companies or even the TNA or whatever, you know, people are going to no. Well, where'd you get that belt off? I won it over in Belfast with the company called PW. You know, the name now is going to get out there because he's champion.
Well, I don't know why he is actually taking the belt with him, but if he did, then fair play to him, you know. But what a great move! Former WWE Hardcore champion, his European title run, been about redressed up a different week.
Oh,
That was
yes.
awesome. You know, some of the stuff that he done WWE was brilliant. He was in ECW. He was also Elite Cassidy. Do you remember that?
Yes, remember he came out on Raw dressed as Lee Cassidy.
Oh God, don't even go there.
Again,
But I
he
mean,
went back
Al
to-
Snow, I must say, he's looking in great shape. So he is.
Oh yeah, sure he's
He
trained.
look grey, but
Was he
no,
not training like all the young guys in TNA or something? Was he not helping them out sort of or something? So he would be training nearly every day.
Well, he looks phenomenal. But for what we're saying, a couple of clips on YouTube with different people and stuff like that. Al Snow and Tucker apparently was a great match. I'm looking forward to seeing stuff on their YouTube channel. It was a PW Takedown TV. So the guys, go to our website, prowrestlingulster.co.uk, for more information. But yeah, Al Snow is the champion. That is a great move, I think, by PW.
Oh yeah,
They get their name out there.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely get their name out there.
Oh, well, no question about it. Now, I'm just looking at their website here as well for results and stuff. They actually crowned a first ever PW Women's Champion in Katie Harvey. I hope I'm writing this now. I'm looking at a photograph over there. Let's just give it some fan a high five. But yeah, Katie Harvey is the new champion. Currently up at the minute as well, their tag team champions is called the Best Friends Club. And also their All-Ulster champion is Brancore, which I must add, Brancore is looking in great shape.
Oh yeah,
Compared to the last time I seen him a couple of years back, where he was in good shape, but he was quite thin. But he's looking like he's working hard on his body, and he's looking really, really good. So yeah, guys, prowrestlingulster.co.uk. Keep an eye out on their YouTube channel as well for their PW Takedown TV, which they have some great matches. The last one they put up was actually when they had that event with Drew Galloway.
yeah. You know they're bringing over a lot of big names and stuff now. Like, so they had Shelton Benjamin on their show and stuff as well. So it's good to see them doing that and starting to expand and starting to do different things instead of just the same old wrestlers. They're going to be bringing somebody new over every.
Yeah. I mean, they've got a list of their upcoming events as well on their main page, guys. So if you live in the surrounding areas, I know think they're going to Newry, Portadown, and back to the Europa as well for a couple of shows as well throughout this year. So, some great shows coming up for Pro Wrestling Ulster. So a big shout out to Andy T, JDP, Tron, Tucker. Tucker's doing really well. I mean, I booked Tucker one time for a BCW show a few years back, and Tucker's a phenomenal performer. So big shout out to the guys, and Terry T as well, and all the guys up at PW. I hope they're all doing really well, and you know, hope they have a lot of success coming up because they're doing really well.
Oh yeah, they're doing really well, and it's good to see. So it is, it's
And I
good.
hear their training school's doing quite good as well.
Steve Muldoon's there. You can go to his show. Now there's something else there as well. You don't just have the choice.
Yeah, I mean, not just specifically pointing at any particular company. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great companies, but I mean, there's a lot of great things going on in Irish wrestling at the minute. I mean, we've got that over the top wrestling as well down in Dublin. We've got main stage wrestling, Celtic Championship Wrestling, which we've shared a couple of their videos recently on our Facebook account. If you want to go and check them out too, but Irish wrestling's looking really, really good at me. I mean, at the time, whenever I was doing BCW and stuff like that, I mean, I didn't want BCW. I didn't want to compete with anybody or nothing like that. I just wanted to basically put on a wrestling show because I loved the business. Didn't have very much money, but we did try our best. But at the time, the wrestling scene was okay, and it was doing okay. But now the wrestling scene in Ireland is booming.
Yep, and it's good to see because it gives you a choice. You can go and see whatever, and it's good to have that choice, like for fans to have a choice to go to which wrestling company they want to go to. Where instead of just having maybe one or two, there's a load of them. So you can travel down south to watch a wrestling show. You can have shows up here in Northern Ireland. It's great.
Yeah, at that, and there's Steve Muldoon. He's back on the road again this past week, in Newton Abbey, etc. So. Steve Muldoon's doing really, really well as well. Norris, a couple of sellouts this past week as well. So, Steve Muldoon, wrestling.ie, their website, www.wrestling.ie. They're doing really well as well. So business is doing quite good at the minute for everybody. I would love to get. I keep saying, I've been talking to on behalf of the show, and so has our production team and stuff, trying to get wrestlers and stuff on the show. Anybody out there who would like to, any independent wrestlers who listen to the show would like to come on and have a few words, certainly come ahead and do that. But in closing about the Irish wrestling scene here before we move on, I mean it's looking really really good, and we really should try and get along to a couple of shows in the next few months and try and get people on this show, because at the end of the day we should be supporting Irish wrestling and British wrestling too as well. Because British wrestling over in the mainland is doing really well too.
Yeah, and it's sort of thanks to WWE, because they're like letting all these here guys go, and the companies over here and over in England and stuff, and going, yeah, let's bring them over.
Yeah.
It'll make our business better, and it does. So it's kind of good that they're being released, but obviously they're not on TV every week and stuff, but you get to see them locally. It's great.
Absolutely, definitely. Yes, so big congratulations to PW and obviously Wrestling.ie for their success this past week as well. Moving away now, TNA, Tony, have done some tapings. Now, I know you're laughing, but I watched some of the tapings footage on YouTube, and most of them are sold out. Two big things that come out of the tapings for what we want to talk about this week. A debut from a former WWE guy jumping in also on the TNA now as well.
Oh, God.
Drew Galloway made his debut in Glasgow, Scotland this past week to a thunderous ovation in Glasgow in front of a bumper crowd as well.
Because they're in the UK, that's the only time to get a crowd, is whenever they come to the UK.
Well, a lot of people did say that to us on Twitter as well. But Glasgow, Scotland, Manchester and London, great crowds. But Drew Galloway and TNA, did you see that coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. I was thinking that myself. You're going to say yeah, but I'm not surprised one bit.
No, but it's good to see him, not just sticking to maybe they are an independent company basically, but it's good to see that he's travelling about the place and doing well for himself again. He's just not let himself go from being.
I think he's actually better at the minute on the independents. He's getting more out there, and he's basically being himself.
Yeah, instead of 3MB and running about with a what was an Indian, was a Scottishman, and
A country boy.
a country boy, all running about with a rock band and playing air guitar.
Air guitar, yeah.
Yeah,
Like something maybe he was in Butthead. But yeah, he made his debut in TNA. Also, Tony, we have a new spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. You don't want to listen, skip through. Spoiler alert. If you listen to us on YouTube or whatever it is, or iTunes or speaker, flick through it. We have a new TNA World Champion. Kurt Angle is now the champion once again.
God, really? Is he not retired?
The speculation that he was maybe going to go back to WWE sometime is now officially gone, because he's now the TNA World Champion. Are you surprised that Kurt's the champ again, or are you happy that he's the champ again, or what's your view?
I don't really know why. He's a champion in an independent company. He shouldn't be. He should be in WWE, or, I don't think Vince should ever got rid of him in the first place. He should.
Well, he wanted to go because of injuries and stuff. You all know the story about Kurt.
Yeah, but,
but
could he not have just took time off and healed his injuries and been like a part timer like Brock Lesnar or the Undertaker or something like that? He didn't have to be there every.
It was different back then. He wasn't really doing part-time contracts the way they do now. But it's a long story we could get into all night. But I was surprised when I woke up and I didn't keep an eye out on Twitter that night when they were doing the tippings. But when I got up the next morning and seeing that Kurt was the champion, I was kind of like, okay, it's strange, but fair play. Okay, he's the champion. I'll actually watch that episode of Impact, but I don't know. TNA apparently was a successful tour. Fair play to him if they've done a successful tour, because they always do a successful tour. I don't even think they came to Dublin this year, did they?
I don't think so.
No,
not that I heard. No,
very surprising. But yeah, so a big successful tour for TNA there recently. So fair play to him. Tony, I think it's come up this month on the network. They mentioned it on Raw as well this week. The WWE Black History Month. Now, I was actually watching some of it this morning on my day off today at home. Some good segments actually. For example, when The Rock's dad won the tag team titles, Ron Simmons winning the WCW title, The funniest one of all was the segment that they showed from the King of the Ring, and I think it was 2002. The Rock, Goldust, and Booker T.
Yeah, that was quite funny.
Everybody remembers that,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Goldust painting his hair black in the t-shirt and the glasses and stuff, and The Rock comes in and like started shouting at him like, "Stop touching yourself and rubbing yourself," and ammunition in the cannon and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But it's quite an interesting segment. Some great stuff. They actually put in the Mark Henry segment where he turned on John Cena and he was trying to announce that he was retiring. And he turned.
Oh, that was brilliant. I actually thought he was retiring. I actually did buy it myself and thank God he's actually retiring because he came out with his boots and all.
Yeah.
And then he turned off. I thought it was quite funny.
It was good. It was a good segment. But yeah, guys, if you have the WWE Network, go ahead and check out the Black History Month. That will be doing some interesting segments, some matches on there I'm going to go on and watch. I watched the Ron Simmons Big Van Vader match this morning in full, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know if you've ever seen that match in full.
I think they've done that whole thing just to cover up that Vince McMahon is racist a bit.
Don't even go there.
He is. When have you ever seen a black WWE champion?
The Rock?
But he's half black, half Samoan. There's never been a full African American man as WWE champion.
World Heavyweight Champion?
Yeah, but never WWE champion.
I'm not even going to get into that because
you see, it's not fair. It's equal rights and all. It's not fair.
I'm not even going to get into that. But anyway, it's a good watch. There's a load of videos on there as well, and they keep adding primetime wrestling as well, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah,
primetime's awesome. A new DVD coming out I heard about today. Another new WWE DVD, which I'm going to be watching. What's it called again? Was it the Demise of the Shield or something it's called? But it's about the Shield anyway. I know you were watching a bit of a trailer of it before we come on the air tonight. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm not really. They only lasted like a year, 2 years, you know.
Come on, the Shield was awesome.
Yeah, I know, but they broke them up too early. You know, Dean Ambrose is now sitting about doing nothing, running about like a schizophrenic, like trying to hurt people.
But look at Rollins. Rollins is having a great run at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah, but why? You know, why is he getting the great run, but none of the other ones are? Well, Roman Reigns is now, but the likes of Dean Ambrose, he's doing nothing. You know, where whenever he was in the Shield, he was the one out on his own winning single. He won the US title. You know, he was the singles guy. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins were the tag team champion. You know, but Dean Ambrose has been pushed to nothing now.
Okay, but anyway, this DVD is due out March 4th, just before WrestleMania, so keep an eye out for that DVD coming up in the shops. Now, Tony, we interesting story that we were handed today by Catherine regarding Goldberg. Goldberg currently at the moment is training with King Mo, and we're reading through some of the stories. Now, it's rumour going around that apparently King Mo's been saying that Goldberg should maybe possibly pick up an MMA fight.
Really? Is he not like about 60?
Now, but I heard last week that apparently Goldberg is trying to maybe start negotiations with WWE again for maybe one last match before he decides to finally go away completely from wrestling. I mean, he hasn't wrestled in how many years?
10?
From WWE. Well, over 10 years in WWE, but I think he had a match or two off that, did he not? But Goldberg in MMA, do you think he's a wee bit too old for that maybe? Or is he just training with King Mo to keep himself in shape? Or is he training to make a comeback to wrestling? What's your view?
See, the type of training that them mixed martial art guys do is really bad. Like, you know, it'll keep yourself in shape, but it's intense training, like, you know. But I would like to see him sort of coming back to the wrestling. See if he gets into a cage, he's just going to get hurt. He's too old.
Okay.
We'll
keep an eye on that anyway. From Goldberg, I mean, I would love to see him have one more match in WWE, but everybody.
He did leave WWE because of the way they were not PG and the way they were.
But he would fit in now, though.
Oh yeah, he'd fit in now.
But everybody knows what the dream match for Goldberg would be against Steve. But
I actually watched the thing with Goldberg, and he said the only reason why he left, and the thing that really made up his mind was Rosie walking backstage, and he had this, you know, superhero in training written on him, and he sort of looked at him and, really, I can't, no, I'm done. See ya.
Oh dear. Who remembers that? With the Hamburglar Grimace. Anyway, some DDP news this week as well. DDP apparently he's opening a performance center for his permanent location for his DDP yoga, which people can go along to and do DDP yoga, and also there'll be live broadcasts online as well from the DDP Performance Center. I wonder where he got the name Performance Center from. But DDP apparently this facility is going to be worth $2 million, and DDP yoga is doing really well though business wise.
Oh yeah,
And he's helped a lot of people. Legitimately helped a lot of people.
oh yeah. The two people that come to mind is Jake Roberts and Scott Hall. Look at Scott Hall was on Raw there 2-3 weeks ago, and he's looking great. You know, compared to what he looked like. Jake Roberts, he is looking unbelievable too. You know, it is a good thing for him to be doing. It's helping a lot of people, you know, lose weight and stuff. But yeah, I think it's a good thing for him to do. And even look at him himself; he's fairly slimmed down. he's looking really good.
He looked great at the Rumble for the age of him, didn't
He did, yes, and he actually done quite well in the Rumble. Diamond cutters all around for everybody. Like, it was great to see. But he is pushing 60, so you know, I don't think he'll ever wrestle again.
Okay.
At least he done more than the Boogeyman.
Well, again, very, very true. But I tried DDP yoga once and like nearly ended up in casualty. But we'll say no more about that.
Got his arm stuck by his back, around his neck.
But yeah, DDP yoga is very, very good. So yeah, I can't complain. No comment. But have you ever tried DDP yoga?
Nope. Never.
Would you?
I think I would give it a go, yeah. Why not? It would seem like fun.
Maybe help you out with your bad hips and your bad back from the wrestling days.
Yeah, it might do. Yeah. Lose a bit of weight too.
So I'm just trying to pick up my phone here and get on the Twitter account to try and read out some of your messages and emails this week. I know I should have had it out 5 minutes ago, but you know what I'm like. You know, I'm this desperado here, aren't I?
Yep. Never prepared. I don't even get a script anymore, so don't like me.
I don't think so.
I get nothing. All I get handed is written warnings. I have a bin full load of them.
You just laugh at it.
Yeah,
anyway, okay, our first email this week, guys, if you want to get in touch with us, by the way, you can do that, outsiderobes@yahoo.com. First email is from a guy called Roy from Phoenix, Arizona.
Wow.
Quite hot over there, actually.
Yeah, he's lucky. Do you want to swap?
That's what the Super Bowl was last week, wasn't it? Phoenix? University of Phoenix Stadium it was?
I think so.
Super Bowl. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
No, but they reckon he'd like to swap places with me and come live here and I go live there.
Okay. Roy writes to us by email this week and says, "Hi guys, love the show." I'm trying to flick through it here. My phone's running really slow. It needs to be reset. Hi guys, love the show. What's your views on the card for WrestleMania this year?
If Daniel Bryan's in the main event and wins, I think it's going to be horrible. It's not going to be...
You haven't used that word for a while. Everything used to be horrible, now it's horrible again.
Yes.
Hashtag horrible.
Yes. But I think it might be actually quite good. I do. I think they might have a good lineup this year. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
I think the plan is Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler. I think it'll be a great match. Roman Reigns against Brock Lesnar. Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker, which I think would be a great match.
Why will Undertaker come back though? He's lost at WrestleMania. Stay away. You get rushed to hospital. Jesus, learn your lesson.
Sting versus Triple H.
No. Sting versus Triple H versus The Rock would be awesome.
That'd be like Attitude Era fans wet your pants time.
Yeah, that would be a great match.
That's just some of the matches. Thanks very much for your email, Roy, from Phoenix. Brody from Hull in Scotland has sent us an email this week as well.
I thought you were about to say Brody's Clay.
No, Brody. Brody has sent us an email saying, "Go away." It's an Undertaker question. Do you think Undertaker should just stay away and not come back, and should he just be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year and possibly next year, as WrestleMania is in Texas?
Yes, he should stay away. But then again, it's in Texas, I suppose, so I don't know. He should maybe make an appearance, but not wrestle. He needs to stay away from wrestling. He's done. He's too old. His body's done. So
okay. Daphne has sent us an email.
It's not her. Used to run about with David Flair, is it?
No, it's not. Go away. You're an idiot. Daphne from Orlando has sent us an email this week as well, saying, "Guys, what's your view on the Divas division at the moment?" I'm trying to read my phone here. Your view on the Divas division and on the main roster compared to NXT.
The NXT Divas division is 100 million times better. And the only reason why is because them Divas have something to fight for, but the Divas on Raw have already made it to the Raw roster and going, yeah, who cares? That's my opinion anyway.
Okay. Another NXT question here from William from Belfast. Hi William, thank you very much for your email. Says, do you see Fergal Devitt going far in WWE? Do you see maybe a possible match in the future with Fergal Devitt versus Sheamus?
If he doesn't paint himself, he will go far, but
I think that's good for a special attraction. Triple H did talk about him and Austin did talk about Fergal Devitt, and Triple H did mentions about the time when him and Fergal were going through his entrance and stuff, and Fergal Devitt was blew away because he was learning more stuff that he learned on the independent scene. But I would like to see that Sheamus versus Fergal Devitt, because they never had their, when the two of them were in Ireland at the same time together, they never actually had a match with each other.
I would like to see that match, yeah, but really, Fergal Devitt really does need to stop painting himself. That I feel I actually love the way he looks. I think it looks class, but I just feel sorry for the person that has to stand there for 3 hours and paint them. It's ridiculous.
Okay. We've had our email in from Keith. Keith from Portsmouth.
Okay.
Okay. Keith, it's actually said to us here, your view on the main event for WrestleMania this year, and our thoughts on WrestleMania next year, being held in Texas.
That's going to be awesome. That arena and everything they're holding it in next year is going to be unbelievable. But
well, they're talking now. Obviously, Michael Cole, that little plank, mentioned about maybe a possibility of attendance. But I've been doing some research in the arena, and they're saying that maybe it holds over 100,000 before, you know, seats and before a ring and all's put up. But obviously, they're going to take a good bit of the way for obviously for the stage and stuff for WrestleMania. But there's talk next year they are going to break the attendance record for WrestleMania, which currently stands at 93,173.
They actually should have broken it at WrestleMania 30 to make it fitting. You know, the biggest WrestleMania of all time, the biggest attendance record type of thing. They should have, but yeah, I think they should eventually break it. Like it's how many years ago was WrestleMania? You know, but yeah, I think WrestleMania is going to be quite good. And the main event this year of WrestleMania, if it's Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns one-on-one, it's going to be awesome. Okay.
Thanks for your email, guys, and obviously we can't get through them all. But I want to give a wee special shout-out, a birthday request this week. Well, not a request. I made a promise to one of our fans on Twitter this week that I would give her a birthday shout-out. So Melissa, who is from, I think she's from Dublin, I think. No, sorry, she's from Dundalk. So she is. Melissa, it was her birthday actually yesterday. So I promised her a birthday shout out. So happy birthday from myself and Tony.
Yes, happy birthday.
We hope you had a great birthday.
She probably won't be listening if it's anything like my
Oh,
birthday.
she listens every week, as far as I know.
Probably be lying in bed hungover.
No, she's got responsibilities. She's a mother and she looks after her children. And from what I see on her Twitter account, she spoiled her little children well and spoils them with WWE stuff, which is quite a good thing. She's training them well. Be wrestling fans.
Yeah, but are you mad? Have you seen the prices of the WWE toys and stuff now? Really?
I was talking to her a while back. She was saying, I think it was her son was heartbroken because John Cena didn't say hello to him. But we hope sometime that John Cena is back in Belfast or whatever, or Dublin, and does say hello to him. So we hope he gets his wish, where Cena finally says hello to him and doesn't ignore him. So a big happy birthday to Melissa. Hope you have a great birthday. And your partner spoils you well, and your kiddies get you some lovely presents as well. So from everybody here in the studio, a big happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Now you're not trying to pull the fast one yourself, saying it's your birthday to try and get a present, because we know when your birthday is.
I don't have a birthday. I don't believe in age.
Okay. Anyway, moving away now into our final segment of the show, the one that you wanted to announce.
I don't want to announce it.
You have to. You haven't done it for a while.
It's not my fault. I haven't been here.
It's now time for the segment of the show that we haven't had for a week. Well, that's for a while actually. So you put that phone away. You're still playing that phone.
Okay, right. Stop shouting at me.
You know, if wrestling's past, we'll do something productive. Like go and make amends with Catherine. Anyway, it's night time for a segment we all love. It's night time for the Outside the Ropes.
Jackass of the week.
I love that sound. It's great.
Catherine, be quiet. We're on the air. Shh.
Horrible man. After today's meeting, you were very forceful today, Tony, making your point and wanting to make this person Jackass of the week. Now I know you were going. I did suggest Rusev because it was Flag, but you said no. And the rest of the production team actually agreed with you for once. So, after today's meeting, as we always have, it's been agreed that the Outside the Ropes Jackass of the week for this week is Catherine in the production room. Can I get a drum roll, please?
Don't just bang the table. Doesn't work.
The Outside the Ropes Jackass of the week for this week is
Damien Mizdow.
Again,
yes. Because,
why?
Because he's standing there and taking all that crap from the Miz. Just turn around and hit him and get it over with. All his fans want to see it. Don't stand, and also, he's better off on his own. He needs to just turn and give everybody what they want to see.
And get future endeavoured and sent to TNA.
That's terrible. No, he doesn't. He needs a title run. So he needs to win like the Intercontinental title, or I'd love to see him as WWE champion. Be great.
Okay, you're living in a fantasy world.
No, it'd be awesome. He's a great wrestler.
Anyway, Jackass this week is Damien Sandow or Mizdow, whatever you want to call him. So, before we go, guys, I want to give a couple of shout outs out to people here in the UK and Ireland, as I always do every week. British Wrestling Radio, I want to give a shout out to Dino and all the boys over there. Dino Nixie do a great show every week. BWRradio.com, BWR Radio on Twitter. Also, promotions, want to give a shout out to No Limit Wrestling, which are coming back very, very soon. As I did say earlier on, wrestling.ie. Pro Wrestling Ulster. I want to give a shout out to Mainstage Wrestling, Over the Top Wrestling, Celtic Championship Wrestling, and also, Fight Factory Pro Wrestling as well, down south. So don't forget to check out all those guys as well. And of course, our friends and partners at Wrestling's Past. I want to give a shout out to them, guys. If you like your history of wrestling, go back and, check out Wrestling's Past.
That's great.
As Tony's sitting here, we're trying to do a show live, and Tony is sitting playing with his mobile phone on Wrestling's Past. I think they've had more plugs on this show than any other show we've ever done before.
Yeah, they're great. That's great. I seen a photo of Andre the Giant when he was 19.
What's wrong with that?
He's still huge. He didn't grow an inch.
Anyway, I want to give a wee shout out as well, Tony, from last week. Ultimate Wrestling. Their website, ultimatewrestling.wordpress.com, and also on Twitter. At UW on WordPress. I think it's ultimatewrestling.com as well. They have a domain as well. Don't forget to check out those guys every single week on their Twitter and stuff like that. Give them a wee follow as well if you can. Their new website's actually looking pretty good. I know you haven't checked it out, but you need to.
No, I haven't, but I need to, yes.
Exactly. But anyway, I think it's time for us to hit the road. What do you reckon?
I ain't hitting the road because it'll hurt.
You need to go away. Oh, why do I bother with you every week? I'm glad you're not here every week.
I will be from now on.
Anyway, before we do go, I want to just let you know, guys, over the next day or so, we're going to make a little announcement on our social media feeds regarding an announcement regarding the show. Now, I'm not going to tell you what it is.
What is it?
Turn your mic off. It's regarding the show itself.
What is it?
The show is actually going to be getting bigger and better.
Why? What is it?
Cat, turn his mic off before. Go away.
What is it?
Okay, you sound like a child.
Tell me.
Anyway, Cat, turn his mic off. Anyway, yes, so over the next day or two, we're going to be making an announcement on our social media feeds regarding the show. It's a big announcement. The show's actually going to be getting bigger and better. I know you'll not be involved in.
We're getting rid of Cap. We're getting the new production person. Yay!
No, we're not. I know you'll not be involved in most of it because you'll be here only on a Wednesday. But the show is getting bigger and better, and the next will be made. Well, we're not too sure how we're going to make it. Well, probably be by video format. So, and Muggins here, myself, will be the one who'll have to make the announcement. So stay tuned to our social media feeds on Facebook, Outside the Ropes Wrestling Talk Show. On Facebook, don't forget to hit the like button, and on Twitter, at Outside the Rope. Please give us a follow, because we do follow you back. So, Tony, we're going to go here and move off into the rest of the week. Don't forget, guys, tonight, WWE NXT is on.
Stop telling people I'm a stalker. I don't follow anybody.
Anyway, hashtag get Tony on Twitter. Don't forget, NXT's on the WWE Network tonight. SmackDown's on tomorrow night. And, well, whatever else you want to get your eyes on over the next couple of days of wrestling. So, don't forget to stay tuned for the next couple of days on our social media feeds regarding our big announcement. So, from Tony,
I will see you next Wednesday.
Hopefully. You better be here or you'll be getting done in. But, say no more about that. And for myself, Matthew, put your phone away. We're rapping when you're still there.
Yeah, I know, because you're shouting at me and telling me you're going to hurt me. I'm
going to stick that phone up your ass.
I'm suing you.
And for myself, Matthew, guys, stay tuned for the special announcement over the coming days. And until the next time we're on the air, have a great week. And we shall see you all next time.